As a nation, we have not been saving, and this in part has got to do with when they liberalized our financial sector, not for the bad reasons, but perhaps because we were not told what our responsibilities were in as far as debt is concerned. So we had a lot of people going in for credit, and that meant that our savings were compromised. Now, having to run down the debt or pay it up has been a challenge, following especially the crisis of 2008, 2009, which also came with its own problems, especially of retrenchment, people losing their jobs. We can't run away from the fact that we have very high dependency ratios in this country, meaning that one breadwinner has got to support over 10 people, and surely at that rate, given the high standard of living in the country, there's little remaining for such a person to save. So what they do then is to go in for more credit. So as a country, we lack the knowledge, which was the reason why we didn't understand our responsibilities. So you lack the knowledge, you have a high dependency ratio, you have high unemployment rate. Without an income, surely you won't be able to put aside anything. And then we have an attitude of my children will help me out or will bail me out in my old age, government will support me. So you don't realize that you've got a role to play, put forward something so that government perhaps will also add. So as a country or as a nation, we do have that gap. And over the years, it's seemingly difficult to close the gap between credit and saving. We have our youth right now. Not only are they unemployed, the few that have managed to get employed have decided now to follow what my neighbor does, what is the trend. So they go in for luxuries, not thinking about their future, and so many of them are indebted, not forgetting that by the time they earn their degrees, they're already in debt because they get an edu loan or financial aid of some sort, which they need to pay off. So they start off their lives from a negative stance. So you see that our future is already indebted. Now, if we are not doing our part, the old generation has not done its part, the youth are not doing it, then we're leaving everything to the state, which if we have not done our part, we're not paying our taxes, if at all we're employed, we're leaving it to the private sector and the government, which, as you know, is usually a de-saver. The alternative is for them to borrow. And once they start borrowing just to service us in terms of social welfare, then our children will have to pay, because the debt, even though it's coming from outside this country, it still has to be serviced, and our children will have to do that.